I had one, and then we got off onto pictures.
Well, while you're doing that, I've got one.
You go ahead, and I'll not listen.
Yes, exactly. You just la, 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 la. In fact, I'll do that too while I talk. So one of the pitfalls I fell into one time was actually giving people advice. Was actually giving the company advice during the interview. So I saw that they had a product he had a product brochure on his desk for a company and a product that I had reviewed through the magazine and just knew that it was that it was crap, you know. And I asked him, I said, "Oh, I see you guys are evaluating that. What do you think so far?" He goes, "Oh, well, actually, we love it because of this, this, and this." And they were all stupid-ass reasons, right? And so...
Ass reasons?
Yes, yes. And so I told him, well, you know, actually, I've reviewed this through the magazine, and I think, you know, that it would be a big mistake to go with that because of something or other, right? Yeah, as it turns out, doing stuff like that is a big no-no.
People don't generally like to be told that they're wrong.
Yeah.
When they're interviewing.
But that's what you're paying me for. I think that...
They're not paying you yet. That's the
well,
whole
that's
point.
what you hope to be paying me for,
You
right?
need to show that you can be a kiss-ass before they'll let you on board.
Yeah, but I mean...
Now you're arguing the philosophy of the thing.
Well, I know. Well, and that's what we're here to do, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good.
But, like, you know, if I'd gotten hired and come on like a week later, 2 weeks later, and told them the same thing, they would be just as wrong. I would be just as big of a schmuck for saying it. Right? I mean, nothing changes. The only thing is now I can give them my opinion for free and show my worth and give them the reasons why.
It's a crapshoot.
It is a crapshoot. You know? I mean, personally, and I'm not like that. If I interview somebody who knows something about a product I'm evaluating that we mention, and he goes, "Oh, well, actually, we used this, and we hated it for these reasons," I'd go, "Wow, okay," and I'll file that away, because, well, maybe I hadn't even planned on testing that, you know? Or maybe I can ask him, you know, some questions about his test and figured out that his methodology was stupid. You know, I mean, well, you know.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's where personal stuff comes
Experience?
in. Well, no, personalities. I mean, experience too.
Oh, personal stuff. Okay.
It's like running up against someone in the everyday. Some people deal better with being told, you know, you may think that's a good idea, but you are mistaken, than others. Whatever I was saying, the opposite of that.
Yeah, sure.
I have ideas.
Okay.
Mentioning that you might be rusty at something. If it's a core requirement for the job, oh yeah,
sure.
I did that, but I haven't done it in years, and I forgot how. And yeah, downplaying too much your own skill set. But then on a follow up to that, well, not really a follow up, but I'm going to call it a follow up. Bitching too much about past jobs, about past employers.
Yeah, and that is so hard too.
People say, "Well, why did you leave such and such a place?" And you have got to find the best way around saying, because the manager, how much are we swearing in this?
Mild swearing.
Gosh darn it! The manager was a not nice man, and I didn't like him.
He was a nasty man.
No, not like that.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, you got to find a way around going, well, that guy was a jerk, and I hated him. I couldn't stand to work with him for one day more, because, you know, regardless of how true that may be, it doesn't really come across well. You know, you really start to look like the kind of person, well, that you probably actually are.
Yeah, exactly.
But
everyone in my department was a complete imbecile, and I was always right, and they could never see it. And yeah,
and as much as that might be true,
yeah, exactly.
And it probably is, because you're all watching us, which means you're really smart. That it doesn't matter. You've got to at least, again, be able to fake the appearance of being a nice person.
Yeah.
If you can't fake it,
well, you at least have to be PC, right? I mean,
yeah.
Nobody wants to go on a first date and hear, you know, how bad her ex was constantly. All I'm going to do is talk about how bad my ex was, and it's like, it's the kind of thing you slowly trickle out over the next few months, right?
Yeah.
You know, kind of like having a bad prostate.
I've been having troubles with my prostate recently.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah,
go in
yeah.
and see somebody about that.
So, damn it, my mind just went blank.
I will say that time is ticking along.
What will we,
We were talking about bitching about past people and how you're always right and everyone's wrong.
Oh, yeah. So the way that usually comes out, or the way that should kind of come out is they go, why'd you leave your last job? If everyone was stupid, or if you hated your manager, or, for stuff like that, the way that usually should come out is in something along the lines of, well, I went there for education, for the educational opportunities, and I just feel that we've gone as far as we could go together.
I have used that, I won't say extensively, but I have used that consistently with one particular gig. That I went as far as I could go with them. There you go.
Yeah, and another one, and this one's actually true. I mean, this is one that I actually didn't have to lie on. Was one of the big reasons I took that gig was to be able to get this one this one skill set that they promised, because they said they were going to be
fruition.
Yeah, they were going to be spinning up this project, and that didn't happen. And I mean, I stayed there for 3 years anyway, right? But now you guys are coming to the table with something that I want to learn, so I'm here, right? I mean, I've gone as far as I can with them. You can say disagreement with management, but it's best if you don't.
No, because the people that are hiring you, intending to hire you, most of them are in management.
What is the most legitimate excuse that anybody in IT leaves jobs for?
Layoff.
Yes. Very nice. I swear to God, this wasn't planned. But pretty much anything she said, I was going to say was right. So
yeah, no kidding.
No, but really, you're right. It's layoff. And the other one, by the way,
workplace violence.
Yes.
Score.
Yes. Where's my lightsaber? No, it's here on the end of the table. Got my lightsaber. Ah.
So what's the other one?
The other one is, yeah, my mind just went blank again.
Timing.
Raises. Companies notoriously give IT folk really, really bad raises.
Which is why you have to change jobs to get a raise. I was just talking with someone about this.
Yeah. It was Tom who said that so eloquently many years ago.
Your good friend, Tom Yeager?
My good friend, Tom Yeager.
Hi, Tom.
My good friend and prostate examiner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But he said it so eloquently so many years ago that IT people commonly give themselves raises by changing jobs. And that really stuck with me, because I was like, I need a raise. But it's oh so true, It really is that the longer you work for a company, I don't want to say the less you get paid, but the less you get paid.
I'm sorry, I'm getting the giggles because I look at you in the eyes and then I watch you on the screen right in your eyes. And it's striking me. I'll carry on.
I'm not sure I understand.
You're talking to me and I'm going,
oh, I see.
because you're on the computer. I'm sorry. I think that maybe our signal to wrap it up here in just a couple minutes.
You think so? It's probably just getting good.
We better split these up a little bit better. Our first one was half an hour, and we're past 15 minutes
half
now.
an hour. Oh, are we really?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
actually keeping score?
Well,
you realize this is just... you just turn it to whatever you
oh my God, it's 9 in the morning.
You okay? Okay. You can say I'm still pretty sick. I'm coughing a lot.
On me.
Yes, on you. Well,
So-
I can't cough on camera.
So, there you go. Tom said
Yeah, so Tom
you
said,
should
okay,
always
so
change
yeah.
your job.
So really what this all boils down to is just don't take it don't take it personally, because I mean, like I said with Shin earlier, my sister in New York, my sister in New York,
I don't think they talk like that. What did you say to Shin?
She
Your sister in New York?
I can't do the straight face now.
No!
She it's something to do with
Don't
looking
take
at
it
you.
personally.
Yeah. Well, she was taking it so personally because she would have this great interview, even with a company that she got laid off from
Yeah.
last year, and she goes, "Oh my God, and they're hiring again for the same position in a different department, and I already know everything of this and this and this. And I talked to 2 HR people, and they just loved me, and everything was great. And I talked to the hiring manager, and everything was fabulous. And then I never heard back from them again. And I'm
And
like,
that's rough because she was just out of work completely for a period of months.
yeah, yeah. Well, she still is.
Oh yeah. Didn't she have a little gig?
She had
anyway.
she had a 3-week contract while
Well,
somebody
that
went on
counts.
vacation.
But well, yeah, and it's so hard, especially when you're out of work for a long time, to not take it really personally.
And that's one thing I want to do next is I want to do a video on keeping yourself up and going when you're out of work, so that
We
that's
got time.
because that's one of the things that'll really destroy you more than anything in an interview is sounding too desperate. I can't count the number of times we've interviewed people and talked afterwards, and my boss actually said, I don't know, man, the guy sounded too desperate to me. I'm like, dude, the guy's been out of work for friggin' 6 months. Of course he's desperate. Does he know his job?
It puts a bad taste in your mouth. That's why I said it's about, personal type things. Because, these things can all be parallel to dating. And, talking bad about your ex and, bitching about the places you've been before. And sounding too desperate. So can I call you? Can I call you? Are you interested? Did you have a good time when we were together? Yeah, that same sort of thing you should avoid when you're on a date is the exact same thing you should avoid during and after.
And one of the things that makes you sound desperate is the fact that and this is got to be a teaser because we can't veer off onto this other target.
I'll write it down.
Is one of the things that will make you do it, will make you sound that desperate, is that when people are out of work, a lot of times they don't do what it takes to keep their skills up. So as the interview progresses, they can feel the job slipping away, and they become more desperate because they know they're answering everything wrong.
And because it's all high stakes, the
It's
longer
very high
you're out of
stakes.
work, the more you need the job, the worse you
I
get.
have such an incredible story about that, and you've heard it a few times.
Give me a
But,
keyword, and I'll remind you later.
Well, it's that story from when I was out of work for so long, back when everything crashed, back when it was the year 9/11.
Yeah. 01.
Yeah, in 01. And I had a horrible, horrible time. Was out of work for several months and was just on the brink of losing everything I had.
Mm-hmm.
And managed to get another job. And we can talk about that in excruciating detail. No, not really. But I'll tell that story because so many people have stories like that, and if I can be an inspiration.
And you can. Well.
So I guess that's a good place to stop.
Please look at the time.
Yeah, I know. I can barely see that in here. As you can see, we're coming to you live from our.
You like how I put that right over your face?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
The viewers will. We're coming to you live from our playroom, on location. So
That's why we have the X.
how did we end up? Moving in here today? Just because the big table was in here?
Well, yeah, we had a big family meal yesterday, so the big table was in the playroom, and the other table is smaller and dirtier, and there's stuff on it. And,
Yeah.
we cleared it off some.
As a location, though, I like it better.
It's nice.
No, I mean the other room.
Fine then, I like this.
Well, it's certainly roomier, but you got to move the light. Okay, fine. You want me to wrap it up? They were very interested in the logistics of filming.
No, that's true. They'll have to wait for the novel.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's all I got.
That's all we got.
All right. Party on Wayne.
Party on Garth.
Bye.
Bye. We'll just sit here and smile.
Let's sit here and smile. Are we still recording?